Hi, everybody.
Hey, guys.
Hi. How you doing?
Hopefully we sound a little bit better today. Long term, however, we will have that problem fixed in another creative way that was provided to us today by none other than the amazingly awesome Polaris.
It was Pol. Thank you, Polaris.
Absolutely, thank you.
And
You are
seriously,
a guiding
thank
star.
you.
The best.
Our community is awesome. I mean, honestly, between Pol, Serg, Snathro, Rose, Zero,
Watts.
Watts,
XM. Jid.
Jid. I
Who's
mean,
gaining?
my God.
Yeah.
There's a
So
whole
many
list.
people.
And yeah, and then when it comes
We have
to
a big long
streaming,
list.
I mean,
They're on
yeah.
the website.
Yeah.
Y'all deserve it.
No, I'm not just gonna say we have a big long list. That's ridiculous.
But we already named a big double handful. You want to read them all?
No, we're gonna link to it.
No, I'm gonna show you guys something that we did as a way to say thank you a
Oh,
little bit. But
oh
no,
yeah.
I actually specifically wanted to call out a couple of people today, though.
Okay.
Sorry, I was just should set up on the screen. Sorry about that. So, first of all, let's talk a little bit about progress while we do it.
Fair enough.
If anybody's been paying attention to the pen and paper chat channel, for example, there has been a ton of progress made
Business.
over the last week.
Boy.
And a lot of that is due to Shadowwind, Snathro, Neuro, Kitsuki,
Oh, yeah.
Caladora,
Yes.
oh God, Pole, Rose, I mean all sorts of people doing it. Like it's ridiculous. And yeah, and then you got all kinds of help setting up the Patreon, right? Which we're almost ready to do. We're actually going to shoot a video for it later today after the stream.
Correct. Yes, and primary contributors to my Patreon mess are typical all stars: Polaris and Rose and Zero and XDem and Snathro and basically all of Kitsuki. Basically everyone I talk to every day in the chat channel and say, "Fuck it, I don't know how to do this. Like what? How do I say I like to write and I would rather write than flip burgers? So please be my patron,
And just judging from chat yesterday, it sounds like Cloaked is working on something.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
something
know,
cool, but I
I
don't know what
actually
it is
don't know
yet.
the details. So.
Right. I don't know. So
Big
That
fat
one.
thanks to you guys.
Seriously,
Everybody.
Been great.
And in fact, one of the things that we did this week that was more of the, I like to call it the eating our Brussels sprouts piece of what we
for
do.
real.
Um,
That's everything I've been doing for the past 5 weeks.
is that we got around to actually making a few of the missing web pages. There's still a bunch of them missing, but I sort of made it a point in my spare time last week to get done the ones that I felt were the most important. One of them, let me see if I can bring it up right now. This page right here. Okay,
Nice.
the shield wall page. As I scroll down, though, what you'll see this actually is. I encourage you to yourself.
It's very small on the screen, right?
Yeah.
Right. But what I've done is I've listed out everybody who's ever made a motion that I know of do what we're doing. If I missed anybody at all, please come tell me I'm an asshole. Send me a private message so that I can get it set up because it's not fucking cool and we want to you're all recognized.
That's the point.
Absolutely.
And so here they are. Here's everybody. I mean, we've even got the actual revival team. So if you did something and you're not here, that's literally an oversight on our part.
On our-
because we
yep.
suck. It has nothing to do with us hating you or anything lame like that. So please fix it.
Yes, let us know.
Because this is where your name belongs.
Yeah, absolutely.
And hopefully this is just the start. So when we get into more details about what we're going to do for the Patreon and stuff like that, you'll see what we all right, let me switch back to the
Hey, and we didn't say Sir Bayou's name out loud, so let's do that.
Oh, yeah, sir.
Yeah, I just
Thanks,
said
sir.
Serb, sorry.
Thank you so much.
Sorry, man. Okay, so the other things that we added to the website were, for example, I linked all of our Fireside chats, these things,
Yep.
to a page on the website so that it's basically literally a mirror of our Facebook channel. It's right, our YouTube channel. I mean, a banner with.
Is that,
Nice, I like it.
I had those in a playlist so you could just rock through them on the YouTube. I wonder if there's a link that we could just grab a playlist link.
So there kind of is. Have you not seen the Fireside chat page?
Not your Fireside.
Oh.
I have been
No.
up to my nose in really boring stuff.
See, I've been using the Fireside chat page to traverse the marketing world, and
Then
I've
let
linked
me
people
show
directly
you.
to the
Awesome.
Fireside chats via the Fireside chat page. It's actually pretty cool.
Here you see our
Especially the way it's set
Fireside
up.
chat page. Scroll down, you realize it's literally our
Oh,
YouTube
sweet.
page.
It's really
literally
nice.
our fucking
It's a
YouTube page. It's so
glimpse
cool.
right in. That's a cool little window you did there. Well done,
Yep.
web guy, snipe hunter.
So I'm still working on a problem that I'm having right now, but I stuck it on the lore page to show off. Another thing that I did this week, I set up, as you guys can see in the chat, if you type bang time, as you saw Zero and I do earlier,
Yeah, so
the
cool.
bot knows what time it is in Tilliston, right? So, web page also knows what time it is in Tilliston. To be fair, that's actually what time it is in Sky Pass.
Right,
But, you
mountain
know,
time.
Right. We figured that was bad. So,
Most laid back.
let's see. Is there anything else that we did? We did a shitload of editing thanks to Rose's help.
Yep.
That too.
Lots of that.
Mm.
There's a lot of like fixes to the typos and stuff.
We've done some like behind the scenes. I mean, I say I do boring stuff for the last couple of weeks, but it's behind the scenes kind of like figuring out, for example, how many things we can guarantee at any given patronage level and what those patronage levels should be, and where the velvet rope should sit. You know, between the drive-by throwing $5 in because you'd like to see us succeed, but you really don't care about the updates, or throwing in 20 and wanting the stories, wanting some bit of ephemera, something, you know, and where we can put the lines between cost versus effort versus something worthwhile to you to even pay for, you know, more than just seeing progress, you know. So like, there's a tier where we'll give you an hour Skype call every month to talk about stories, your stories or our stories or whatever it is that you want, you know. I put one in there. You can have a hug, but you gotta collect. You gotta collect it from me. You can't. I'm not gonna deliver the hug. I can't afford that. But that's a tier that we have in there. And I suppose at the top tier, you know, you get everything below. So, you know, maybe at the top.
Potentially be a lot of hugs.
I was gonna say it could be, you know. No, I actually limited the topmost tier. But at the topmost tier, you know, you could use your hour to call me and figure out where I'm gonna be so you get your hug, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, and I think we put in there. We were toying with the idea of a role playing session.
Oh yeah.
Either in person or online, and kind of figuring out where to put those.
Yep.
A bunch of cool stuff
Audio
like that.
recordings and some-
Oh yeah, that's right. Audio recordings, which I need to add in today because apparently there was some negotiations made by some skilled interlocutors while I was not around, and so now we have another prize I can put in there in the Patreon rewards, and so, you know, just trying to
Make it
figure
worth
out
your
that
while.
stuff.
Yep.
Been reading up on Miss Amanda Palmer's page because that chick knows what she's up to. Patreon basically rules her world right now.
Gotcha. I didn't
Well,
know.
that and her husband with gaming.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wrote a book about it and did a TED talk that is specifically about Patreon.
Really?
Yeah, it's something about like the magic of asking. You can search it. It's Amanda Palmer of the Dresden Dolls,
Yeah.
the
It's
wife
not gonna be hard
of
to
Neil
find.
Gaiman. Just type some stuff in and type Patreon and you'll find it. I'm sure. She's super cool, and so I've been reading up on how she does it because she's got it made. Okay. Oh, see a snipe hug too. I can throw that in there, but you gotta get that from him.
The snipe hugs don't So there was actually one more thing on the website that I didn't show off, which was that we re-skinned the forum so that they don't like ass.
Oh yeah.
They look a lot better. I'm not done. There's still a couple things I'd like to do with them, but you know, for what we have, they're pretty good. And I'm happy enough with them that if we actually don't manage to make any other changes, I'll be all right.
Yeah, they're decent, and then people
Yeah,
are starting
I
to
know
use
Corp,
them, which is okay.
but-
Oh, you know Corey, yeah. I can't afford Corey.
No, if I could afford Corey, I would totally ask Corey if he's good at his job. That kind of guy.
Indeed.
So the other thing that we did, as we were talking about on the Fireside Chat last week, is that there is a story will be published. I unfortunately did not have a chance to. It's necessary before it can be published and stuff like that. So not there yet, but it is actually finished.
Yep,
It
it's in the
just
queue.
needs to be-
It just needs to be edited.
It just needs at least one more draft in the form of an edit and revisions. Put up.
Right.
It's a cool little story. It's kind of short, but it's a cool little story. I liked it.
I hear tell it's good. I haven't done my pass yet. I did also one of the things that kind of came out of our thinking about Patreons and stories, etc., is that we settled on that we're going to write a couple stories per month. I think we're settling on 2. Every other week you get a story. And I think we're also going to keep featured stories up and then put the rest in an archive that that we can convert to PDFs and make ebooks out of, and then the patrons above a particular level have access to the full library
At any time.
At any time,
Yeah.
they can download all that. But everyone else, you just gotta come and see them as they're up, and they will be featured for a little bit, and then put away and replaced with the next month's stories, etc.
Yep.
And then when
And
we
The
reach,
website will always be 1 month behind the patrons.
I think that's true. Yes,
Yep.
exactly. And then when we hit particular thresholds of stories, we'll be able to hopefully commission some art, throw them in there, and you'll get a book.
That's the
Ongoing.
plan,
That's the
anyway.
plan.
On the pen and paper side, taking all of the conversation that went on over the course of the last week, we sort of settled on a basic framework for skill checks, hashing out
Caps and the possibilities.
skill caps and how exactly the cost of advancing skills and things like that. And I'm beginning to put more words in the draft of players'
Of the
guides
player's
as a
handbook?
result. So I didn't finish it, for example, but last night I rewrote the sections on spirit, lifespan, life and death, madness, like the changes of conversations. Worked a little bit on skill checks themselves, but I've only got like a paragraph in what's probably going to be sections.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
But that's underway now, which I'm actually super stoked about.
Well, and we chased down probably 4 false starts or so of, well, maybe we can do a skill check like this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe, and then there was lively conversation and.
Yeah, I wouldn't call them false starts, but yeah.
Right. Well, yeah. No, I mean, you learn. You learn.
It is an iterative process. Let's see. What else is there? What else has been going on? Oh, I did a ton of work on the bot, which I'm probably put up as donation where fellow stream very soon.
Since we're getting really close on the bot. Oh, I finished again
Oh,
all of
shit.
the inverts on the div cards. So now they're in and they saved. So
Yep.
so there actually are inverts on
Yeah.
all of the div cards now.
If you're in chat right now and you do a bang reading, it will flood our chat with a spam of your reading.
Right.
But it will show you now not just cards with inverted meanings like
Oh,
it
but the
should,
rares are fixed too.
but all of the
Yeah.
rarities are fixed too. So cards that should be rare actually are rare. Cards
Correct.
that should be common actually are common.
Yes.
That's just one of the things that I did. Actually, when you run your own version of the bot, you can write your own cards.
Yep, you can set them up, you can nuke my cards and write all your own.
So what a lot of people may not realize is that most of my work on the bot isn't in actually implementing the features, implementing the interfaces behind it. It's a really, like, you have to run it on your own machine, and so as a sort of consolation for that, like, you can run it like bot, I decided to roll over all of that stuff. So
Yep.
like you can
Super
decide
gooey.
which dice to roll, how many divination cards there are, what gender your bot is. Like,
Yep. You can type
there's all kinds
that
of cool stuff that you can do, and so I feel like it's actually might bring us in some money when I make it. I don't really feel like I deliberately want to charge for it because it's still basically just a hobby.
Mhm.
But I do think if I put it out there, people will give us a few bucks. Like it's
It's a
useful
worthwhile
for
bot,
a
yeah.
streamer, you know.
It's a good bot, I like it.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's really close to being done. I want to do polls, like not pterodons, but polls. So that you can do voting,
Yep.
which is something Moobot can do that our bot can't do. But
Yep.
once I do, it literally will do everything Moobot can.
Yeah, that's true. And I think we had an idea for a Magic 8-Ball functionality.
That's coming.
We're going to bang testicles, and
Yep.
he will weigh your balls and see what may or may
Maybe
not
he's weighing his
happen.
own balls. That way, everyone, Or does everyone have balls? Does everyone have spiritual balls?
Everybody weighs testicles balls as they consider their future.
Yes.
So you have testicles balls.
Exactly.
Ask, and then they will give you the answer.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes. Mm-hmm.
In their rolling, the answer will be.
Will become clear. I get it. Yeah, that is pretty cool. Very nice.
Currently, I'm trying to decide whether Testicles has 2 balls.
Whoa.
Like 9 toes.
Yeah, exactly.
Intriguing.
Oh, in games, it's still because I want to be able to play a ship Captain Crew.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep, dice gaming.
And actually, half that thing would be done. I got sidetracked making useful features.
I was pretty sure you could output some amount of card data sometime soon. We'll be able to
I can actually do that for you today. I haven't yet, but that's been on my agenda.
I knew it was on your list, so there you go, Polaris. It is on the hit list.
I wanted to get the story done. That
For
was
real.
my focus this morning.
That is important. I got my glass studio together and did a rando periscope the other night.
Yeah.
No, I caught bits and pieces of that.
Well, there were only 2 that actually ran for any period of time. The other ones were like, how does this fucking thing work? Because basically what actually happened was I was setting up the camera to passively record so I could cut together stuff because, I mean, if you've seen any lamp working, the torch is very, very loud and it is not very conducive to live stuff. Plus, I want to pay attention to right here where the fire is and not wherever. So I was like trying to figure out how the camera would work, and I was like, shit, how is this gonna work? I can't see myself. I can't see the back of the camera where the display is. And then I'm like, oh, but my phone has a selfie cam. I'll just set the selfie cam there, and I'll be able to see myself. And okay, that looks like it's all gonna set. Wait a minute, can't I just go and be live? Apparently, yes. So that was kind of neat. Those things might happen. Maybe I'll lock them. I don't know what I'll do. Maybe I'll use them for something. Maybe every now and then I'll just be like, I'm shopping. Let's shop. Who knows? But at least I have another piece of the apparatus function.
I've sort of been all here and here, but I've gotten some creative work done. So I want to help. Not help. I want to thank Our Lady in the Lake for helping me a little bit with a Wayfarers story. If you are unenlightened to what the Wayfarers are, they are a cult of people in the world of Telestun. And of course I want on Telestun pages. But I'm thinking of maybe making up some basic Photoshop things so I can at least put those up on the Facebook page so you guys can see what each culture's idea of what an axe head looks like.
Yeah, actually, there's some cool.
They're pretty cool.
There's some cool stuff there. Don't sell
delving
yourself
into
short just because I was.
All that we know about has a unique axe head. I'm reluctant to post the pictures that I have drawn up right now because they're very rough, and I don't know if it will look professional on
No wonder
the
my
Facebook
words were cutting out.
or on Telestun pages. But I'm thinking of maybe making up some basic Photoshop things so I can at least put those up on the Facebook page so you guys can see what each culture's idea of what an axe head looks like.
Yeah, actually, there's some cool.
They're pretty cool.
There's some cool stuff there. Don't sell
delving
yourself
into
short just because I was knocking using line drawings.
No, I understand too.
Yeah, but there was some decent cultural, diving in there that was kind of neat. Some good research, some good development.
Absolutely.
Pretty epic.
That's pretty much what I was doing. I'm also going to help him with some webpage content here shortly after the video and the Patreon, of course. But he was mostly busy with the Patreon, and so we've been kind of behind on the web content stuff, and so I've been picking up some slack for that.
Yeah. There's still probably 8 pages total missing from the website content, and so Verde has graciously agreed to help us try to get that done.
Let's crank that out. It's more Brussels sprout stuff. But, at least it's a little more flavorful than the most colorful way I can panhandle. I tell good stories, I promise.
And we want to finish that as fast as possible because even though I like the creative stuff, you guys want him working on creative stuff with me kind of tailing behind and helping him because He's your lore master. What was your job title in one of your companies? Something God.
Small and petty. Small and petty God.
It's true.
Yes.
Yeah, and actually, on that note, do you think that we might be able to begin putting together some information for contributors on the Discord?
Certainly.
We might actually wait till the Patreon is up because, as we've mentioned, that we're probably gonna velvet rope off some of the Discord. Don't worry, everybody's already in the Discord.
You guys are
You're
all
not
in.
gonna lose anything.
Grandfather.
But I think once we do that, it'll be time to maybe start sharing some more of the background information. Not just so that we can do things like get the symbolism cards right, but also so that we can open the floor for people to submit short stories or art or any of the more creative aspects that we haven't really, because we have so much of this setting up the infrastructure of this development together. Some of the stuff that we couldn't get to yet.
Right. Exactly.
And I think
there are some of you we've talked to that privately about, but so it'd be known it's something that we are discussing and we'd like to do.
And on my list of missing pages is also a how to make a contribution page. How to submit a story, how to submit a piece of art, etc. But I think, given how eager everybody has been and how awesome you've all been in helping us out, that you're our first logical place for trying that process out with. And I know that a few of you are interested already, so I actually hope, really great things will come from that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems
absolutely.
Seems potentially awesome.
Let's see. I'm trying to think if there was anything. I mean, God, I feel like we got a bunch done, but when I say it, maybe it doesn't sound like as much.
Yeah, a lot of it was meat and potatoes.
Yeah. Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts.
Yeah. I like Brussels sprouts.
God,
Do you dip them in a little balsamic?
I can't stand
Oh, good.
As soon as it's done editing, that story will go up, so that'll probably be tonight. If not tonight, then sometime during the week.
Yep. And if all goes well and we can get our Patreon video, or at least our Hi, It's Us video, then we can at least do a friends and family, locals only preview the Patreon, because we're about this close to having first stage launch ready. We can just turn it on and we'll share it with you guys first.
Yeah, we really are.
Well, with the Discord folks. It's not everybody, because you all are Twitch. If you're not in our Discord, get in the Discord and get in there soon, because as soon as the Patreon goes up, I'm going to click that little velvet rope.
I actually had a question for everybody. When we were looking at people's Patreons, one of the things we noticed are the people who do this thing where they stream themselves right.
Oh, correct. Literally a live feed, or not high level, mid level. But for people between $25 and $50 on a lot of writers' pages, they get access to these private YouTube streams, which is just them. Delete. Copy paste move.
See, I feel the same way, Sarah. I totally do. It doesn't.
Exactly,
it seems
Sarah,
weird
right?
to me,
Yeah.
right? Like,
what? Do you really want to look over my shoulder while I'm writing shit?
but
isn't
that
that boring?
That said, we do a lot of creative writing around here, and if that is something you guys want to see, let us know.
I'm a little
totally
ADD to watch somebody else type.
Yeah.
A little move.
See, I feel the same way, Sarah. I totally do. It doesn't.
Exactly,
it seems
Sarah,
weird
right?
to me,
Yeah.
right? Like,
what? Do you really want to look over my shoulder while I'm writing shit?
But
isn't that boring?
That said, we do a lot of creative writing around here, and if that is something you guys want to see, let us know.
I'm a little ADD to watch somebody else type.
Yeah.
A little ADD. But if I gotta type, shit, I don't mind sharing.
When I'm in the zone, I'm fast, though, so it's interesting.
Well, it might be interesting to watch us both at different times, because you type you write very differently than I. You're a very stream of consciousness and flow. Like, the tap is always on, and you just sort of adjust the flow as it happens.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Whereas for me, it's like, I build up pressure, and plug the hole, and then go, brah! Oh, wait, fix. And then I have this little blip where we write very differently, so, it might be interesting for that, but I don't know. What's up, Lucy? Good to see you.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to try it once just to see.
Yeah, exactly. The banter. So that's exactly Paul. I think that's way more entertaining or interesting potentially, because I mean it's fun and we talk about cool stuff or interesting stuff anyway. Whereas just me writing is.
Yeah, we've actually
as a cursor.
We've actually talked about doing it the other way around too, just like Serbiu is suggesting here, where it's like put the camera in the office and mic the office.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, and that would be that would be somewhat similar. You just wouldn't see the exact screen, but you would see you could get that banter as it happens, that's the real hard part. We've talked about doing shows where it's like like a to call out a popular show currently, A Good Mythical Morning. Not that Adam and I are gonna sit here and eat things blindfolded and try to figure out what they are. But we've thought about doing shows, and the issue is that the banter is best when it's spontaneous, right? When it's the shit we get into in the commute on the way to work, because NPR said the right thing or whatever. It's really hard to script that and to have it happen off the cuff the right way, without it being spontaneous, So, I don't know.
But yeah, if we could
mic the thing we're thinking of.
If we could mic the office in such a way that it wasn't like in our faces all the time, that might be gold.
Exactly. It really might be. So I'm seeing that you guys are thinking maybe.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, it wasn't that we didn't think that you guys would love to see it, Rose. It's that I cannibalized what was going to be the stream platform to make the other 3 machines in our office work, because everything was freaking like
ancient.
Like fucking Tomb Raider ancient.
Pre-revival.
Blowing off blankets of dust to reveal the hieroglyphics below ancient.
It's pre-revival. It's so when Ilphonic contracted us, they contracted the majority of our time. And so we became, this office became the old office. Derelict, right? Yeah. We moved down in Denver and did all the stuff down there. And so here we are.
Yeah.
Everything's up and running now, though, so I might slowly begin to put together the stream platform that we originally intended.
Mm-hmm. Interesting, Neuro. That's right, exactly. I was going to say, we have a way around that in this office.
It's true.
So, and no, we're good, Rose. We do that too.
Can't you tell from the beards?
Fair enough, Zero. Fair enough. Yeah.
So anyway, that was just a thought that was in my head as we were looking at Patreons. Was we could totally do something like that.
Exactly.
Sounds like it might be worth it. So
yeah, all right. I'll insert it. I'll find a tier and we get in, and that's just more booty for the looty. I just made that up.
Great.
And that's another T-shirt, I think. More booty
for the looty. Oh, that's funny. Oh, no one's gonna understand why this is true. But I talked to Sean Sheridan yesterday.
Yeah.
Sean Sheridan.
Yeah, that's why it occurred to me.
Sooty.
Yeah.
Fucking high five to that guy.
Yeah, I haven't talked to that dude. He was an engineer we worked with, back in 2000, like a long time ago.
Yeah, 2000, 2001, for sure.
So yeah, just out of the blue, he called me. Well, not called me up, sent me an email. But yeah, he used to go by the name Sooty, which is why it occurred to me just now.
Yep. And if you're down for a funny, go search SOOTY space the hamster.
Ah, yes, where his name comes from.
And you will know why he called himself Sooty. Sooty's pretty funny.
I like that, Sarah.
Yeah, I agree. Funny stuff.
All right, well, unless you guys have any questions, I'm pretty sure that's probably it. Pretty sure, probably.
Pretty sure, most probably, I think.
I guess I'm not really sure at all. But...
Questions? Give it the 30 seconds.
That's the other thing I need to make the bot do is gather questions. Kind of steal the design of Theory Forge's question bot.
Yep, that's a good idea. It's not even hard to do, I think.
No, I think I can do that pretty well.
Yeah. Need a place to stick them temporarily, a temporary data space.
I think I could have it gather questions, and then you can whisper it, like pound question, and then it can just whisper you the next question.
Oh.
Something like that.
Clever.
I like it.
I like it.
That's nice.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I did. The bot will accept certain commands and whisper. I think
Very
they're
nice.
mostly mod commands, but you can like whisper it, bang commands so that you don't spam the whole channel with the answer.
Can you bang thwap privately so that the DOP crew bot can bang somebody?
Oh, that's an
It's-
interesting
so you
idea.
can
I
have
should
somebody
do that.
Private thwap, huh?
I think it should
That should cost
more.
more.
The anonymous thwap.
I agree.
Anonymous thwapping.
Mercenary thwapping. Yeah, it's good. I like that.
Good call, Rose. Yeah.
That is a good point.
Yeah, but then we have like 4 bots running in our channel, and that's a little weird. 3, I guess, right?
It's a bot community.
It is.
Those bots don't want to get lonely.
The bot tribunal.
Exactly. It's the bot
See, if I programmed all 3 bots, I could get them to work together so that every once in a while they could judge you.
Oh, so like the Bot Magi Council?
right. Exactly.
like in Ava.
Exactly.
You get what I just
Zero has a
mentioned right
boring
there,
marketing
nerd.
question on how you're going to market stuff.
So far, marketing has been me
I think
finding.
he means fulfillment.
Oh, okay.
No, he doesn't. He means how are we going to market the product once we have a product to sell?
Oh.
Well, in that case, have at it.
So, he finds marketing deplorable, right? I find we all find marketing necessary.
I don't know that deplorable is actually the right word.
No. He said deplorable to me
I
before.
have a pathological aversion to commercial.
Anyway, I've been, if you guys have, like, better tips and tricks for me, like, I've only been using YouTube videos and shit, and I've been finding interest groups and people who are interested in things like role-playing, Cthulhu, Lovecraft fiction, and I've been picking the biggest groups out of them and posting in a non-spam-like manner our webpage and Facebook pages and things like that. But that can only get us so far, and on average, I only reach about 100 people
I don't hate
a
marketing.
week.
I said, I don't hate marketing.
So, if you have any better ideas or tips and tricks to turn me into the next best marketeer, I don't know any
The
historical...
word you wanted was shill.
Shill?
Yes.
Okay, so I can
Well-
shill things?
No. You said marketeer.
Yeah, marketeer?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, shilling is a very specific action.
Which what he's doing when he's out
Yes.
on the Twitter.
Yes, he is shilling.
Yes,
I
that's
don't
all I'm saying.
necessarily know that all marketing is shilling.
No. It is a very particular kind of marketing, and it is the sort that you are doing right
Yes,
now.
yes, it totally is, though. But
So,
if you have any tips and tricks, please message me and, I don't know, advertise yourself. We need you to share.
So
I need you to
realistically, we don't have a lot of money, right?
No.
And realistically, even with things like Patreon, that's probably not going to change in a significant way. But that's okay, because we have a few ins that maybe other people don't. So, for example, I know a lot of people who work for the Coast. I know Keith Baker, who knows everybody in the role-playing industry. Period. End of sentence.
Yep.
Right? Like,
Precisely.
I know who Keith Baker is.
I have friends that run wholesale pen and paper and board game
so in a worst case,
companies.
what I'm getting at is in a worst case, we can grassroots this bitch. Like, it's
Yep.
possible. And in fact, we've already talked before about even just slogging it the hard way. Literally schlepping our games from convention to convention, running tournaments with prizes to attract people to see the game, and then
I need
selling
a
the
second
game in the
childhood.
dealer space, right? And you can laugh, but that's how Keith Baker sold Gloom. That's how
Yep.
Gloom happened.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's
Aside from being singularly sort of brilliant, Gloom does have the wow, that was a
Yeah.
great
what I
leap
mean.
you
Though
made
is
there
he
in your
didn't
brain.
spend millions of dollars on marketing.
No. It was the good idea and the fucking heel tail express.
Right,
Mhm.
and there are some things that that we can do with the resulting products that even other traditional, grassroots RPG game makers may not be able to do using, say, our video game ties. For example, I could put us in front of what the hell is the name of the company that has White Wolf now?
Oh, fuck. I recently looked at that. I should know that.
Yep.
Goddamn.
Those dudes.
Yeah.
they're
The one that showed up in his stream to hang out when he
they're
was
a
playing
publisher.
Vampire. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Mhm.
And
So
they
I did a
just
little.
copped
I did a
Vampire.
little digging after this guy showed up in Monteverde's streams. Found out who he was, who he worked for, and I can work that connection and pitch the game to them and maybe get them to publish us if we have to, right? Especially because of the already planned video game tie-ins, right? So we do have some opportunities. They're all hard work and they're all going to take time. But if money is something that we just don't have to hire, real marketing resources or run ads, we'll still figure it out. We'll make it happen.
Shark Tank.
And I'll keep on not spamming
I think it might be Paradox.
groups that find our stuff interesting. Like, as long as people keep liking when I post stuff in groups, I'm keep doing it.
Well, and I think as long as you have something to show every time you post, you're gonna get a like. I mean, if it's gonna be, it's just as long as it's not a hollow advertisement. As long as you're like,
absolutely.
hey, here's another cool thing to look at.
Yeah.
People
Exactly.
are gonna
Check it out. Here's a story. Here's a cool piece of art.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, for what it's worth, our numbers on things like Facebook and stuff are actually not bad,
And they're growing.
considering that we don't really have a hell of a lot to show. The fact that there's almost 1,000 people who are already hanging out, reading our posts on the Facebook
Yep.
page is pretty amazing.
We're just gonna keep. I'm gonna just keep mining in the story mine.
Yeah.
Getting down in there into the fiction, the halls of fiction.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Our lack of art is still always going to be my biggest concern.
Correct. So I do think that hopefully that's a slam dunk for the first goals on a Patreon page.
Yeah, I was going to say
something
that's
like-
where the money goes first. Period.
Right. Well, and so there's a thing on Patreon which is called goals, and the goals are separate from your everyday everything else Patreon thing, and you throw it in there. They're optional, and they are like a particular real thing you want to do, want to get done. So maybe 5 plates for the player's handbook, or a commission for the cover art is a first goal. It seems pretty much like that art's the first thing we have to check.
I'd like to talk to Mike May about that too.
Absolutely. Who was on last week?
Yeah.
He was.
He has a particularly cool style. He calls them his inklings, and they're
Right.
like sepia ink art. Like they're amazing.
Yeah, the good stuff.
And they have a really cool flavor to them that even if it's not for the cover, I would really like to see maybe on the inside lining of the book or something, because they're good enough to justify having them be full size.
Absolutely.
And I just think they're really amazing art, and I'd really like to use that guy.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I like working with him anyway. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, and he is. He's a very cool guy. So that's what we got right now, Zero. We're always open to suggestions, and plans will probably change as we move forward. But
Yep.
one way or another, we're gonna make it happen.
It's evolving, but I'm just gonna keep on keeping on. I got a lot of story.
Yeah, I guess we know a lot of game press too.
Yeah, I guess we know some. We know a bit.
Yeah,
I can put out some blurbs,
yeah.
and then when so we're not gonna press announce or anything until we have an actual product somewhere.
I might do a press release for the website once the missing pages are up. 'Cause I
Okay,
think
fair
that's our
enough.
first boost, in terms of getting people interested.
Right.
Absolutely.
But we've written press releases before. It's not we don't need to hire someone to do that.
No. I've done more than a few.
Precisely. So there's that as well, as far as getting word out there. Tax free, motherfuckers. I'm in, Zero. I can't sleep in Vegas anyway. So I'll just be up.
Okay.
So yeah.
Any other questions?
Absolutely.
We'll just stand here and look awkward for 30 seconds while the video catches up.
Yep.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, so
We would make a terrible.
Barber
Okay.
Quartet.
we would need some work.
Yeah.
Certainly need some practice. Well then,
Okay.
I suppose that is going to
By the
wrap
way,
up
I'm
this
not
Fireside.
I'm not a hipster shit. It's the chat.
Yeah. Same with them.
This is how this is established. This is how I talk to you.
cool on my phone, bro.
Yeah, you broke your phone.
It wasn't my fault. I dropped it down the stairs in a backpack.
Yeah, if you didn't have a shitty carrier, I could totally give you one of the 5 phones I have upstairs.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's cool. I gotta
I'd rather
replace
have
the damn phone anyway.
Tablet than a phone, honestly.
It's actually not a bad idea, say, right? Like, it's
that
a
would be
good
cool.
location for the kind of world.
Have I ever been to Rhode Island? I have. I've been to Providence. I've totally been to Rhode Island.
I've never been to Rhode Island, but I was born in Connecticut. My mother lives in Connecticut, and I've been very, very close to Rhode Island.
Nope, got the whole New England thing going on.
I saw. I was there. I was there exactly one time for a concert. I drove from Connecticut into Rhode Island, saw Fish, and
Nice.
then drove back. And Fish is kind of Lovecraftian, you know, with the.
There's certainly a lot of noodly appendages.
All the noodly appendages. Yeah. So you know, I've been there. That might be fun. It is a long trip too. Then again, Edward's a long trip for you, Zero. You live in the Great White North.
It's true. It's true.
At the Mountains of Madness.
Almost everything in this country is actually equidistant from us.
Yeah, we're kind of right in the middle.
Yep.
Though I think we should have our conventions here because certain things.
Yeah, or maybe Washington or Oregon or.
Yeah, I do like Oregon quite a bit. I lived there for a while. It's beautiful.
It rains in Washington, right?
It rains a lot.
Yeah, you could set up a sort of Lovecrafty theme.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, dude. Pacific Northwest, creepy as fuck.
Holland?
Okay,
Amsterdam? A convention in Amsterdam?
No,
that's a whole
No.
different
No.
trip.
No,
Plus,
that's a whole different thing.
plus
tourists aren't allowed.
tourists
to
aren't allowed to
do
do that thing that we're thinking of.
Well, that's tourists. Couldn't we come in on like some super like business thing, like we're a super big business trip, and they're like, look, it's the high rollers, so we'll let them in.
Doesn't
like,
work that
I don't think it works that way.
Yeah.
We can't like convention a coffee shop.
No, I'm afraid not.
Though we could do it here.
Oh yeah.
I know some people. Anyway. Blatant tear it in.
Nice.
Well done. So cool.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the humor portion of this here Fireside chat, and that will conclude our.
Yep. In
Our
that case, we will
questions.
be back streaming next week, same time.
Absolutely. I'll post that event up on the Facebook extra early too.
Yeah. And we should have a bunch of more stuff to show.
Absolutely. For
Whole
those
sections of the player's guide, I think, next week.
Yeah,
Oh,
correct.
yeah. Well, that's what's up on
That'll be
the
up.
Aufgeben list.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, we're getting there. Crossing things off and moving forward. And
Absolutely.
That's what we're going to keep on doing.
I
So
like
stick
seeing
with us and tell your friends and keep watching the Twitters and the YouTubes and the stuff. I'm pretty sure the DOP Crew channel is doing a Verde Manzana show. this
Oh yeah.
evening.
Speaking of that, for those who are like looking around here in the Twitch thing, this is the DOP Crew as well as Skyward Star's place for Twitch and shit like that. And we play video games every single day here on the Twitch. And today it's one of my streams. I'm going to be playing a game purchased for me by this guy right here called Science Girls.
that was
Strategy,
the one you were
JRPG,
playing. Yeah.
visual novel. It should be pretty fun. You guys should see something up on the Twitter pretty soon. I was busy. What did you call it? Shilling for Teleston, so I didn't post my tweet at the usual time that I do. But you should be seeing something soon. Other than that, I would like to say thank you again. You guys are fucking
Seriously.
awesome. And
Seriously.
fucking awesome.
All right. I think that's it then. We will see you all later.
Be well.
Bye, everybody.
Night.